Good morning, everyone. I just want to thank everybody for coming out this morning. And if you haven't gotten breakfast, please help yourself. And there is water in the hallway. We have a big agenda this morning, so we're going to get started. And I want to introduce our first speaker, Miss Terry Style.
Good morning, everybody. So my memory isn't what it used to be, so I wrote everything down. So I'm going to be looking down, sorry about that. But I want to say welcome to the Oxford Chamber of Commerce State of the Community Breakfast. It's nice to see everybody here. And it's always good to see all the familiar faces that we see here once again. While most of the faces in the room are familiar, the same dependable faces, the face of Oxford is changing. It actually looks like it's growing younger. Don't we all wish we could say that? This community is beautiful, and it's because of the people in the community. It's absolutely due to the caretakers, the leaders, and the careful management planning by the same people, some of whom you will be hearing from today. We also are really celebrating partnership with those leaders and networking with our neighbors. So welcome and enjoy.
Thank you, Terry. Next up is Village Business, and I want to introduce Joe Medor. I also want to thank Joe for all of your help with the Christmas parade. I don't think people realize everything that it takes to get the Christmas parade together, the bridge lighting, and every year Joe goes out of his way to make sure that he can help me in any way and set that all up, and I do truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Amy. Well, thank you for getting us all back together again as well. It's good. Next thing you know, we'll talk today. Next thing you know, we'll be at the golf outing. So looking forward to that. You know how time flies, right? And as far as the parade and everything goes, it's a great community event. The DPW and OCTV and other vendors and the police and the fire, everybody put that great event together. Jack Curtis and Dr. Milligan and I up there judging the floats. It's a fun time. So we enjoy it. So we're always happy to help. As usual, we'd like to give a little rundown of what's going on and what's on our agenda for this upcoming summer. And I'll just start with some of the straightforward things. We do have another water main project, and we turn up a road, put the water main in. And if you recall, last year we were on Park Street between Mechanic and Pontiac. So basically, we're doing the same thing a block south. We're going to tear up Moyer Street, putting the water main, new service, water service leads in. And I know a lot of people use that between DA Elementary getting over to OES. There's a lot of traffic there each morning. So hopefully they'll just find a way to go around Park Street and still get around from school to school as they're dropping off the kiddos. Probably won't start till the summertime. Hope to wrap it up by the school year to lessen the impact on the school buses and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. Last year our contractor took a lot more time to complete the work than we had hoped and what they had planned. So we also have some other things going on. I talked to some building owners recently of these older structures that you've been around a while. You've seen Hampton Block here on East Burdick. There's new owners of that property and they're interested in developing in the future. No solid plans yet, but they are looking to do the demolition of that old building and clean up the site here relatively soon. They're actually hoping to do it next month. So if you see some activity over there, cleaning it up, getting it all demolished is the first goal. They really don't have a plan what the long-term plan will be. It's zoned for housing and things like that, so we'll see what they come up with. And recently had a conversation with a gentleman looking to do the demolition on the southeast part of the downtown. The old Oxford Party Shop's been sitting vacant. It's been vacant since I got here 7 or 8 years ago. New owners, developer, and then now a demo contractor reached out to us last week about getting that building demolished. Of course, that's going to be quite the event because all those buildings have shared walls, shared foundations and things. So it will have to be done carefully. I do want to introduce, I have a couple of guests and friends with us today. We have Councilmember Allison Kemp with us today. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. See you again each year. Chelsea Cook generally makes it as well, but she is home sharing the flu with her family and wasn't able to make it. But she usually comes here too, and I want to thank them because people don't always realize that they do what they do, they volunteer what they do, they put their time, energy, and effort into helping us manage the village for about $100 a year. I mean, you couldn't even buy lunch a month for what we pay them. So it's amazing that people are willing to step up and volunteer. So to all of our council members and those and planning commissioners, they're all DDA, they all do the same. So it's a group effort for sure. And then we have our new clerk, Vicki Hoff, came to work with us just before the holidays. As you know, Terry Onika was up here with me several years, and Terry was great, but she is now retired and lives at their place up in Aubrey with her husband, and so he's much happier now that she's joined him in retirement, so good for her. And Vicki's here, she's gonna be here for a long time and doing a great job in our office as well. So project-wise, we don't have a lot else going on. We have some things, regular things at the park and stuff like that. The DPW, we have some new DPW staff. We've had some retirements since this time last year. Don Brantley, who's been here 35 years, retired first of the year. So if you see him driving around now, he'll be driving his own silver truck instead of the old red truck he's been driving forever. So we got some new faces in that end of the bargain as well. Other than that, we don't have a whole lot of other projects going on this year, which is good because sometimes it gets real busy around town. And, hopefully that part of town won't affect traffic so bad, again on Moyer Street. One other part on the other side of town, it's on our radar yet to do. For those who cut through Oxford Lake subdivision, Oxford Lake out there, off Glasby, out to Lakeville Road, you know how bad that stretch of road is, and we've had that in our budget this year. We're looking at some plans to redo the paving on that main drive, Oxford Lake Drive, all the way through the sub. Hopefully, in the next budget, we'll add some money to it. We're going to do some soil borings and stuff out there to find out exactly what's underneath that pavement. It wasn't a road that the village built. It was built by the developers, so we got to figure out what exactly the best approach is for that stretch of road. But that's on our radar this year as well. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully that's done over this summer as well. That'll be a nice project to get done because a lot of people commute to there, a lot of people live there, come in and out of there, and it's in really rough shape. So even though it doesn't involve a water main and stuff like that, we are going to try to address that, get some work done there. So that will be a little more inconvenient if that's tore up. It won't be tore up as long as the water main project and stuff, so that should be maybe a week's time to get that project done. We'll see what works out of that. Other than that, that's about all we have. Amy, thanks for having us here. It's always a great venue and great food, and hope everyone enjoys their day. And have a great weekend.
Thank you, Joe. I just want to take a minute to introduce the current Oxford Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and Walt Bargan, if you'll stand for a second. Chief Mike Sowell, Terry Stiles, Debbie Wren, Jason Carter, Jeff Rowe, and Natalie from Brick Financial could not be here today as our other board member. And we are moving on to DDA business, Oxford Downtown Development Business, and I just want to introduce Kim Smith, and we are very, very excited to have you as the new executive director.
Good morning. Thank you, Amy, for inviting the DDA here. For those that don't know me, I'm Kimberly Smith. We're going to do something a little interactive here because it's morning and I know you're trying to eat, so why not? I would like to know, I think most of you know, but I'm relatively new into this role. I was in the DDA for the last 3 years, but I just moved into this role about 4 or 5 months ago. So I'm really interested to hear about what you think of the downtown. So just yell it out or raise your hand, whatever is easier for you. What is something that you think is unique to Oxford? What brings people to Oxford? Why is Oxford cool? Anyone? The movie theater? Yeah, that's a good one. Pardon me? Breweries, got it. Sorry, it's too early. Restaurants, breweries. Yeah. Okay. Pardon me? Trolley. Yes. Very good. Very good. Yep. So all of
Polly and Trail.
Huh?
Polly and Trail.
Yes, that is true too. And we do have the bike shop with the Polly and Trail, so we're very connected. They host the weekly in the summer. It's called the Peddlers, the peddler group that gets together once a week and they ride their bikes. So yeah, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. The last several years have been instrumental in really building Oxford up and creating a new destination for people to want to go. There's been a lot of things done with streetscapes, there's new stores, there's new events that have kicked off, there's new community spaces, and there's a lot of fun things to do that people are really excited about. The trolley, new restaurants, all of that kind of thing. So in 2025, the goal for us is really to keep that momentum going. We want to continue to have the events that are bringing big groups of people into town, events that really are exciting for people. So we have our event schedule that's been posted, but we will continue with the summer concerts, the farmers market, Scarecrow Fest, Soup and Sweet Stroll. We did decide to get rid of a couple events this year that just weren't getting a lot of traction. There was a passport program that we decided to not move forward with. Oktoberfest that hasn't really been moving forward as well as it could have been. Other things that we're going to be focusing on is infrastructure. So we have a couple infrastructure projects that we'll be working on, some crosswalks on Burdick. We're looking to upgrade the gazebo and upgrade some sidewalks just to make our downtown a little bit more walkable and pleasurable for those visitors that come. But the biggest thing that we're going to look at in 2025 is development. So again, I'm new in my role. We have a new individual. We have Jeff Dickinson here. So can you stand up and wave your hand, Jeff? Jess is new to the role, the admin and promotions coordinator. So she'll be instrumental in helping us to move forward with that. And it's really this year is about building. It's getting analytics, it's getting training. We have some new board members. We're relatively new. Developing relationships and really understanding what we're doing, why we're doing it, and does it make sense. So looking at developing our volunteer program and making that a little bit more robust, a training program for the board members, for the staff, for the volunteers, the committee members, and champions. It's all about us working together as a community to try and make Oxford better. So we need to lean on our volunteers, we need to lean on our committee members, our board members. I see Rod back there, and I know Catherine's here, I don't know where you are right now, who is a former board member. They do this, as Joe was saying, they do this for free. So this is all out of the goodness of their heart. All of our committee members, all of our volunteers, they all do this unpaid because they enjoy it. So I want to thank all of them for that. And again, I appreciate all of your support. We look forward to a really fun 2025 and go Oxford.
Thank you, Bill. Next up, we will be talking about Oxford Township, Charter Township, Charter? What is it? Oxford Charter? Yes, thank you. And I want to introduce CJ Carnacchio.
Well, good morning, everyone. Well, the biggest news in Oxford last year was the opening of McLaren's state-of-the-art 54,000 square foot medical facility that offers a wide range of services, including something we've needed for a long time in this town, a freestanding emergency department that's open 24/7. This represents a $35 million investment in our community, and we're extremely grateful to McLaren for their partnership and their faith in the future of our community. We're still hoping for a hospital to open its doors in Oxford someday, but unfortunately, without state approval through the Certificate of Need process, that is not going to happen. Corwell Health, formerly Beaumont and Spectrum Health, still owns 25 acres on the east side of M24, just north of the village. However, the healthcare system has no immediate plans to construct any facilities. The township will continue to work closely with McLaren, Corwell, and frankly, anyone else who's interested in expanding healthcare access in Oxford. On the residential building front, the township issued 75 permits for new single-family homes last year. The Planning Commission has granted final site plan approval for an additional 86 homes and preliminary site plan approval for another 165 homes. New residents mean more customers to help existing businesses prosper and attract new businesses to our community. New residents mean more diners in our restaurants, more shoppers in our stores, and more people in need of service businesses. I'd like to talk about the two pillars of our public safety system here in Oxford. First is the Oakland County Sheriff's Office. Staffed by 24 full-time officers, our substation had the second highest clearance rate in 2024 among the county's 12 substations. Of the 245 criminal offenses reported in the township last year, 207, or over 84%, were solved. These numbers are important because safe communities are successful communities. Safe communities attract new residents, particularly young families, visitors, businesses, and investment. As Township Supervisor Jack Curtis recently noted, our deputies are there day and night working hard, putting their lives at risk to protect us. We're safer because of them. We enjoy everything our community has to offer because of them. Their service and sacrifice is a gift to us, and we should treasure it. Our other pillar is the Oxford Fire Department. Last year, the Oxford Fire Department responded to 2,343 calls for service. Of that, 77% were medical related and 23% were fire related. Our fire department does a top-notch job when it comes to saving lives, protecting our property, and actively engaging in fire prevention efforts. Having a well-run fire department such as ours helps maintain property values and enables property owners to pay lower insurance premiums. This helps attract businesses and encourage investment. Businesses are more likely to locate in a community with a strong fire safety record. And also, the fire department this year is planning to erect a training tower behind Station Number 1 on North Washington Street. This tower is going to provide Oxford personnel and firefighters from surrounding departments with interior and exterior training space to conduct a variety of exercises and drills. Realistic training scenarios help new firefighters learn and apply techniques, and they allow seasoned veterans to sharpen their skills and help less experienced colleagues. The structure is going to be paid for through a combination of $260,000 in funds derived from the township's marijuana-related establishments, a $70,566 grant from the Gary Sinise Foundation, $5,000 grant from Enbridge, and a $2,500 donation from Benson Ford Jr. When the tower is completed, we will have a ribbon-cutting ceremony and invite the public to check it out. With regard to the township's infrastructure, last year we installed an 18-inch diameter sewer line along the east and west sides of M24 between Harriet and Dunlap Road. This is going to facilitate development along the M24 corridor and help spur economic growth. Businesses, developers, and investors are much more likely to purchase properties with easy access to a public sanitary sewer than properties where they're forced to bear the considerable costs associated with the types of on-site sewage disposal systems capable of handling commercial and industrial uses. The township is looking at ways to continue funding the M24 sewer line's northward progress, the goal being someday to extend it all the way to the county line at Davison Lake Road. This year, the township's also planning to install a 16-inch diameter water main along the south side of Seymour Lake Road and between Dunlap and Sanders Roads, and the east side of Sanders between Seymour Lake and Sandy Shores Drive. This project will allow the township to loop its water system in that area, which has numerous benefits. A loop system improves reliability. Water can be fed from different directions instead of just one. So if there's a water main break, we can continue service to residents. A loop system also ensures higher, safer quality water, because with the water constantly flowing through the loop, there's less chance of stagnation, and stagnation is where you get contamination. And a loop system also improves firefighting capacity, ensuring a consistent and reliable water supply. Over at Seymour Lake Park, the popular pickleball courts were expanded and enhanced last year. The existing 4 courts were resurfaced, repainted, and reconfigured. Thanks to this and the purchase of some portable nets, there are now 8 courts to accommodate players of all ages and skill levels. A combination of American Rescue Plan Act funds approved by our township board, an $8,000 grant from the Romeo-based 4 County Community Foundation, and fundraisers put on by Parks and Rec and pickleball enthusiasts paid for this project. People, particularly families and older adults, are attractive to communities with plenty of recreational opportunities. We also have a new playground over at Seymour Lake Park. If you haven't checked it out, if you haven't done so, go back by the Ladler Pavilion and you'll see it. It's accessible, it's inclusive, and it's lots of fun. In addition to being accessible to wheelchair and mobility device users, the playground includes a variety of components designed to promote physical, social, sensory, communicative, and cognitive development. A $125,000 grant from Game Time and M-Park's statewide funding initiative made this playground possible. And here's one I'm really excited about. Oxford Township is launching its new historical marker program this year and celebrating the Detroit Tigers 2025 home opener by unveiling a historical marker honoring Ty Cobb. The event's going to take place at Seymour Lake Township Park at 10 a.m. on Friday, April 4th, and the public is invited, so come on down. Cobb, if you don't know, he played for the Tigers from 1905 to 26 and began fishing trips to Oxford in 1906 and continued fishing here for more than a decade. In addition to fishing, he donned an Oxford baseball uniform and played on the town's team in 3 games in August of 06. This historical marker honoring Cobb's special relationship with Oxford is going to consist of a bronze plaque mounted on a boulder, as will all the markers. The Dearborn-based Edward C. Levy Company, our large gravel mining operation, they donated the boulder and the funds to cover the plaque's cost. This program is going to highlight, as we go forward, people, places, structures, and events that are significant in terms of local history. The history markers will be placed throughout the 36 square mile township. Each is going to consist, as I said, of a boulder and plaque, and each plaque is going to have 1 or 2 images taken from vintage photos and a historical narrative. I'm soliciting donations and searching for grants to help pay for the plaques, which cost $3,435 each. I already have 3 checks in hand for 3 markers and commitments for another 3. So I'm hoping to get 5 or 6 in the ground this year. The boulders are going to be donated by Edward C. Levy Company and Koenig Material. Sarah Dan Construction, another Oxford-based company, has agreed to transport all the boulders from the gravel pits to the various sites. And Oxford Township Parks and Rec is going to install all the plaques free of charge. I'd also like to introduce, we have 2 new trustees on the township board, Jeffrey Omfet and David Wagner. If you guys want to stand up and wave to the crowd, give me down your flag. Well, Trustee Omfet brings his experience as an entrepreneur to the board. Since 2015, he's owned and operated Detroit Taco Company, a fast casual Mexican restaurant that he founded. He has locations in Detroit, specifically Greektown, Shelby Township, Troy, as well as a food truck. He's also a strategic consultant in the restaurant and financial industries. As for Trustee Wagner, he's worked in the aerospace, medical, computing, and automotive industries for decades, and he's held various engineering, managerial, and program project management positions. Both these gentlemen are assets to our township board and our community, and thank you for helping me welcome them. Finally, I'd like to ask all the small business owners in the room to please stand up. You own a business? Come on, stand up. We'll just stay standing for a moment. I just want to say, you guys are the backbone of our community, and you are very much appreciated. You provide a variety of goods and services that enhance the quality of life for our residents and attract visitors. You frequently donate to local causes and organizations. You contribute to our community's identity and help foster a sense of place. You guys are Oxford, so let's give them all a big round of applause. And that's all I have. Thank you very much.
All right, next up, real quick, I just want to say thank you to Chef Brian McCall for the beautiful breakfast. We really appreciate it. And next up is President and CMO of the Bernie Directive and Small Business Marketing and Oakland Farm. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you, Amy. Thank you to the Chamber for allowing me to speak to you briefly today. I want to say a special congratulations to the new trustees. I was the Oregon Township trustee for 8 years, and believe it or not, before I started, I had a full head of hair. So good luck on your tenure, but congratulations. So really, I just want to have a quick conversation about who I am, what I do, and I'm going to turn it over to Joyce, and then I'll summarize some other stuff. So my name is Brian Burney, president of the Burney Directive, which is a local full-service marketing agency. We handle anything a business or an organization needs, from website design, social media, email marketing, graphic design, whatever you need. Also, what falls under Burney Directive is there's some flyers on your table are two additional businesses. Our American Summer, which is coming up June 5th, July 5th. It's a celebration of Orion and Oxford. Pub crawl, restaurant week, collection of all the events that are going on during that time. And Deals by Me, which is basically a promotional tool for the local restaurants and businesses. So if you have any questions about any of those, please let me know. Other than that, I just again wanted to bring up the real reason why I'm here is because of Oakland Thrive and this great partnership that we've created with Oakland County, Oakland Thrive, and the Burney Directive. So I'll let Joyce get into that, and then I'll be back.
Well, good morning. I was happy to see all the businesses stand up, and I'm wondering, you don't have to stand up again, how many folks own businesses or know of businesses that could use a boost somehow? Raise your hand. Okay, it looks like the majority, which is great because we are here to help. My name is Joyce. I am with Oakland Thrive, and we are a nonprofit organization funded by Oakland County. And we were created to help veteran, minority, and women-owned businesses thrive. But we help all businesses who operate in Oakland County. So we were also created because Oakland County Executive David Coulter saw a need to help businesses, especially after COVID. I know many of you experienced some hardships during COVID. Well, let me tell you about the services we offer. We have classes, both virtually and in person. And I think the most exciting program we offer is our technical assistance program. What that means is you as a business owner will get 4 hours paid by Oakland Thrive to work with a business professional like Brian Burney, and we have 72 others in different areas. So the first area is marketing, and you're going to hear from Brian after I'm done speaking about all the things he's done for our clients in the way of marketing. Social media, public relations, your local Get Google profile. We also have attorneys who are our partners. So let's say you need a contract, or you're thinking about, should I be an LLC? Should I incorporate? They'll help you with that. We have accountants. Let's say you need your QuickBooks set up, or you need someone to help you with training. They're available. Strategic planning. Folks in our many of our strategic planners are experts in business planning, so they'll help you create a business plan, and they'll also give you an outside view of your business and help you take a look at how do you spend your time, how do you use your money. Human resources is another area. Many of our human resources professionals are helping businesses with adapting their policies for ESTA, which is the sick leave policy. And then finally, IT. So one of the most common questions I get is, do we get up to 4 hours in just one area? And the answer is no. Based on the plan that you and I create, you get up to 4 hours with a variety of business professionals. So if you need an accountant and a marketing expert, you get up to 4 hours each. Once again, eligibility, small businesses operating in Oakland County. And so if you'd like to connect with me, feel free to do so after our breakfast. Jonathan DeSanctis is my manager. He is here. And he oversees all of the eastern part of Oakland County. So if you wouldn't mind raising your hand. So feel free to talk. He really loves it when I call him out or surprise him. You can also go to oaklandthrive.org, fill out a form with your contact information, and we will be in touch with you. You can also call us. So that's a little bit about Oakland Thrive. Brian Burney has been such an asset to Oakland Thrive. He's been helping folks all over northern Oakland County. So I'm going to turn things back to him to tell you about some of the things he's done and some of the things you can start thinking about that he can do for you as well as some of our other providers.
Thanks, Joyce. So everybody, I want to reiterate how great this program is. If you are a business owner or you know somebody, I know you know somebody that has a business, your local bar, whatever it is, please let them know about this because it is a win-win situation for everybody. And a lot of times when I talk to people about this, and I'll tell you a story, I almost didn't go down this path because the first thing you hear is government, there's things you got to do, and someone like me, my brain checks out and I'm like, no, that's going to take forever. It's going to be a huge waste of time. And I'm telling you, it is the complete opposite. This program is so easy and quick to get going that it's a shame if you don't take advantage of it. It's a quick conversation with Joyce, very quick. She sets you up with up to 3 providers based on what like for example, marketing. And then you can choose, just say, look, I know Brian, I just want to work with him, or you can go through the process of interviewing those 3, and then you get to work. And then you get 4+ hours of professional marketing services that you guys can use for your businesses and nonprofits. So let me tell you a little bit about what we actually do. So with my agency, like I said before, we're a full service. So what I like to do is when we finalize the relationship, I will sit down with you, go through what your needs are, talk to you about what we can do, and then we go to work. I try to make that meeting as quick and efficient as possible because we want to use every second of that time for my team and I to give you what you can to be successful. So we've built websites, we've done social media campaigns up to a month. We've set up constant contact accounts, we've done graphic design. I mean, these are all things that would cost you probably a great deal if you were hiring an agency. Since the end of December, we've helped over 20 businesses and provided over 60 hours of our marketing support for them. And this is no joke, guys. It's not something that I said. It's a hassle to you. Typically, like I said, it's maybe an hour of your time to get all this free marketing services and plus and all the other avenues. I'm just the marketing guy, so you can get all the other ones too. So it's a no-brainer. And if you hate what we do, and you thought, God, that guy doesn't know anything, well, you didn't have to pay a dime for it. So it's not that big a deal for you anyway. So I would highly, highly, highly suggest it. Please utilize this great program that we have. Like I said, it's a no-brainer. Thank you to Kimberly Smith, who's recommended us from the Oxford Chamber. Like I said, out of respect for her, I was like, well, maybe I'll see this thing through. And thank God I did because it's been great, and I love meeting all the new businesses. Like I said, since literally the last probably 10 days of December to now, we've helped over 20 businesses. So we rock and roll. I mean, we want to get this done, and this isn't like a long, drawn-out process. We meet, we go to work that day, and you'll have something either that week or early the next week. So please take advantage of it. Any questions? Yeah, so there is a marketing piece on the table. The flip side, it says all the things that we do as the Birdie Directive. The other side's got Oakland Thrive information. So look at that. So basically, what I'm saying is you get whatever on there on that list for free. So 100% take advantage of it. It's a great program. Talk to Joyce, you can talk to me, I can steer you in the right direction. Again, the process is easy, so don't overthink this. Just take advantage of it. That's it. Thank you.
Actually, the Bernie Directive is, I have partnered with Oakland Thrive and the Bernie Directive, and they did the marketing pieces for the community breakfast. And if everybody looks at the weekly newsletter, they've been working on our weekly newsletter that goes out and changed that up. So it was really quick and quite easy. So it's a great asset to have.
Still got more work.
Look, yeah, we're still working, so yes. But next up, thank you very much, both of you. Next up, I want to talk about the 2025 Oxford Chamber of Commerce Leadership Awards. And we have a couple awards that we're going to give out this year. I want to introduce Chief Michael Solwell, and we have a award that we're going to be giving out to Oxford Addison Youth Assistants. Chief?
Thank you. And good morning, everybody. Jeff, love you, man. Jeff. We decide every year who's going to be nominated for our leadership award, and to me, this was a no-brainer from all the workings that I see throughout the years in being on the Youth Assistance Board. Stacy Williams, I'm proud to stand up here to talk about me today. Stacy Williams is a graduate from Central Michigan University, having earned her dual degrees, Bachelor of Science in Sociology and Criminal Justice in 2006, a Master in Administration and Public Administration in 2011. While completing her bachelor's degree, Stacy completed an internship with the Oakland County Family Division in the Juvenile Probate Department. After graduating from school, Stacy began her career in Oxford, Michigan at Crossroads for Youth in 2007. It's now Camp Oakland. It's Camp Oakland, that's Crossroads, that's Camp Oakland. Love it. During her 8 years at Crossroads for Youth, she earned a variety of positions, including treatment specialist, program supervisor, clinical caseworker, reentry coordinator, and program director. As the reentry coordinator at Crossroads for Youth, Stacy had the opportunity to build relationships with several community resources through Oakland County and had the opportunity to work with at-risk youth and their families. In July of 2015, Stacy started working for the Oakland County Circuit Court Family Division. There she got the opportunity to dive into the Youth Assistance Program. After some time in Waterford, we were blessed to get her here in Oxford, where she became the caseworker for the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance Program. Stacy dug into this community and began to sprout her wings and took the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance Program to higher levels. And here are just some of the examples. She has offered casework services to over 255 youth and families in 2023 and 2024. In 2023, she revived the Mindfulness and Movement program back into elementary schools. This is a program that teaches second graders how to use yoga and breathing techniques to help work through emotions. In 2023, she launched the Girls Stand Strong program in the middle school. This program is aimed to help girls with self-esteem, peer pressure, and social media. Stacy also created the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance Business Resource Cards. She started and launched a quarterly newsletter. In 2024, she also launched a new school-based mentoring program called the Wildcat Cub Club. She volunteers her time with organizing kids and families for the Shop with a Hero event, as well as helping plan meal and place to gather before we shop. These are just some of Stacy's amazing accomplishments, and I know there are more to come because I know these wheels are turning in more ways to help our youth in our community. I am proud and honored, as Vice Chair of the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance Board, to present this most deserved award to Stacy Williams. Congratulations.
Thank you. I want to extend my gratitude to Mike for this nomination. I'm truly honored and would like to sincerely thank the Board of Directors for their confidence and support. Their dedication to our organization is genuinely inspiring, and I'm fortunate to collaborate with such passionate and committed individuals. Additionally, I'm thankful for all of our volunteers, our contributors, and supporters who have contributed to our success of our programs. Your unwavering commitment makes impact on the mission of strengthening families and youth. Once again, thank you for this recognition. I'm eager about the journey ahead, and I'm confident that with your continued support, we'll keep making a positive difference in the lives of the youth in our community. Thank you.
Next up, I have a award that I'd love to give to Chef Brian McCall. I'm calling Josh Carla from Independence Village for all that he does for this community behind the scenes. I don't think people realize. So, Josh.
Thank you. Before we talk about Brian, I definitely, selfishly, I guess, wanted to use this opportunity just to, I feel like every year I want to empower you guys to learn about us and just to share with the world, you know, what we're doing here. So often, people that I talk to from Oxford have no idea that we're even located back here. So for all Brian does, for all our staff does, I just wanted to continue educating you guys on who we are and what we do and the impact that we make on our seniors, so that when you go out into the world, you can spread the good news. 2 years ago, I shared the mission of our company, which is 1440. There's 1,440 minutes in every day, and the mission is to create the absolute best experience with every person and every interaction, every minute of every day. Last year, I shared a little bit on my personal challenge, which is that there are seniors in a 15-mile radius experiencing loneliness and isolation, and our goal is to find them and bring them home. This year, and it'll hopefully segue pretty well into Chef Brian, I just wanted to share with you the 6 pillars of our company to again enhance your knowledge of who we are. The first is to dream big. Believe that anything is possible. Many don't know that this company in about 2018, there were 18 communities. And as of today, there are over 115 in 9 different states. We have the fastest growing pharmacy in the Midwest, and we had the honor and privilege of serving over 8,000 seniors in 2024. The second is have courage. I think that the adult child who makes that first phone call, the prospective resident who embraces change and moves into this environment, have courage. And I just want to empower you to have courage to take notice of things that you witness out there. You know, even the loved ones of our current residents, they have courage. They trust us with their mom and their dad, you know, every single day. And this staff has courage just advocating for all of our residents. Take initiative is our third pillar. One of the future challenges that's going to present itself is that there will not be enough senior housing for this senior population within the next 5, potentially 10 years. So over the last year, we have launched the personal care branch of our company, which will bring support and care into our seniors' private homes, which is a really cool aspect I wanted to make sure to educate on today. Be accountable. We own every success, but we try to own every failure as well. We are humans serving humans. We are by no means perfect, but we strive to be. That accountability to provide the 1440 experience has led this community and really this company to earn a couple awards. This last year, Independence Village of Oxford earned the Best of Senior Living Award, which actually is for the 5th year in a row, and the 5-star Caring.com Award for the 4th year in a row. And our company achieved the #1 senior living provider in all of North America, which is a pretty great accolade. And just really to hold us accountable, those awards are earned based on reviews from our residents and from their families. So it's nothing, you know, it's not something that you can purchase. It's based on the experience that we provide. Our 5th pillar is enjoy it. And if you just follow us on Facebook, I think you'll see how much fun we have celebrating life every single day. And the 6th is to give back, to make a difference and to pay it forward. This pillar is obviously important every single day, but today I think it has a little bit extra special of a meaning for us. And this community is very, very proud. I would like to invite Chef Kevin Penn, who's the Vice President of our culinary operations, and Chef Brian Bastinelli, the Regional Executive Chef, to present the Oxford Chamber of Commerce Leadership Award to our Chef Brian McCall.
Hey, Josh, first I want to say thank you for representing the company so well, and our pillars and our mission. I usually like to manage expectations when I speak to a group of people, so John Bassianelli and I went to cooking school, so yeah, that's what you're going to get from us. Brian too. Brian and I go back a little bit. I'm the vice president of culinary for the company right now, but 6 years ago or 7 years ago, how long has it been, Brian? 7? 7 years ago, I was the regional for this community. And we had to make a change with the executive chef, and I knew Brian from Oak Management. Brian was the sous chef at Addison Oaks, and I worked at a different property that Oak Management managed. And I knew that if I brought Brian in, I was bringing in a grinder, somebody that was going to come in and take care of the residents, make sure breakfast, lunch, and dinner got served every day. It was going to be good quality food, and we wouldn't miss a beat. What I didn't know was that Brian was going to come into senior living and really embrace it. That Brian was going to have the ability to make the kind of relationships you need to make with residents every day, and really embrace the give back pillar that our company has. And so I just want to thank Brian for that. He turned this property from a place I sometimes had to worry about to a place where I don't have to worry about it anymore. I know everything's going awesome here without even thinking about it. I'm going to hand it off to Chef John now.
Thank you. I'll keep mine short as well. Everybody said a lot of nice things about Brian. It makes him uncomfortable, so I'm happy to add to that as well. He's turning red back there right now. So again, everybody talks about him living the pillars. When I think of Brian, he truly does embody every one of the pillars that Josh talked about, especially the give back. Always the first to volunteer in his community, and he's one of my first calls anytime that we need assistance at another community or a special event. So thank you, Brian. We like to say at Start Point Group that businesses or teams take shape their leader, and it's no more apparent that the team that Brian supports here are a reflection of his character, his positivity. So congratulations, Brian. Really thank you and your team. It's great to have you here. So.
All right, just a tad about me. Well, not about me. Everyone else talked about me. I want to talk about these lovely people over here because I can't do what I do without them. Just a quick, what we've been doing here. I mean, when I started, it was started with the residents, and they talked about, you know, I worked as a banquet chef for a year, so I didn't talk to people unless they were drunk. So it was, so when I had to come out here and, you know, our seniors wear their on their sleeves, so they're not scared to tell you when they don't like something or anything. So it took an adjustment, but I ended up being a fair part of my job is to talk with all of the residents and stuff. So that had led into, I think actually Dawn is not here from Park and Rec, but me and her got a connection. We feed the senior euchre every month for their dinners. We do their lunch every month also. That led into us having a party here once and had some leftover food, didn't want it to go to waste. So we got a hold of Connie Miller. And then since then, I think the last 2 years, once a month on Wednesdays, we donate between 120 to 150 meals to the free meals program. That led into, I think Phil got a hold of me. We did shopping with the heroes this year. We fed the kids and for that. But just a little bit of numbers and what we've done. I mean, just in this building alone, we serve about 72,000 meals we prepare every day or every year in this building alone. And then you add on everything else that we have done on top of that. We've taken on catering. We did 4 or 5 grad parties. The other great part of this job is connecting with, we have 30, I believe, high school kids that work for us that come in and serve the residents every night. So our goal is to get them as freshmen, keep them till seniors. Actually, we have 5 kids still in college that still work for us. So, but it's great seeing the kids come in shy, not even be able to look at you and leaving, more active. So it's been great. But otherwise, I think we served just shy of 85,000 meals out of this little kitchen back here. So that's all to these guys over here. I give them all the credit. The rest of my team back there all staring at me. And I just want to say thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And next up, I want to talk about a Community Pride Scholarship that I reached out to Genesis Credit Union, Teresa Doan, and she was more than willing to talk about it and get it going. This is our 4th year, and I want to introduce Teresa Doan.
So I thought about that same thing this morning. This is your 4 of the scholarship. So what does that mean? That means that this class were freshmen during the tragedy at the high school. So this is a really important year. And I guess I should introduce myself. My name's Teresa. I am the Director of Social Responsibility for Genesis Credit Union. So what that means is I represent Genesis in the community. I work at the corporate office and oversee the communities for all 32 of our branches. But locally in the community, I'm going to give a shout out to Dan, which is your branch manager. So Dan is the one that makes Genesis feel like this is the only branch that we own. This is your local branch. And Heidi is actually the regional manager, so Heidi oversees multiple branches doing exactly the same thing. They're the ones doing the heavy lifting. I'm the one throwing the parties and having fun. So thank you guys. So let's talk about the scholarship, and I do want to thank Amy and the Chamber for embracing this. It has been a tremendous program. We've seen the applications that I'm going to talk about, like what is the scholarship and how you actually apply for it. But we've seen the applications increase year after year. And I think last year we had over 20 applications come in. It is not easy to get high school kids to apply for scholarships. It is a lot of work. You have to continuously recruit them, talk to people, talk to the schools. We're very close with the counseling staff at the schools. We've got posters that are there, and as you can imagine, all of the applications will come in on the deadline. So, what is the scholarship? The name of the scholarship is Community Pride. And I'm gonna have to struggle to read. Oh, I got my glasses. I typed this in really big font, and I still can't read it. So students that are eligible are anyone graduating from Oxford High School, and this is kind of unique to our scholarship. If they have a grade point average of 2.5 and above, they are eligible, which most scholarships have a much higher grade point average. We are looking for any student that needs the help and wants to do the work to apply for this. Also, to make it easier for them, it does not have to be a written essay, which I would say 95% of what we receive is written essay, but they can actually submit artwork, music, it can be a video. I worked with someone last year that was part of the robotics program. Make your little robot do something fun that represents what we're looking for. What we are looking for, we're looking for them in whatever form they want to answer the question, what does the Oxford community mean to you? We give away four scholarships. They're $1,000 each. We pay that directly to the school, or it doesn't have to be a four-year school. It can be a college, a university, a trade school. It can even be an apprentice program that's through a local business. But we pay the funds directly to the program. Let's see, what else do you need to know? The deadline is April 11th. I brought applications here today, which I think are probably over on the table. There's also a QR code that's on the poster. They're available at Dan's Ranch. They are also at the chamber office, so, and I think I said the school. So now what I want to do is I want to just read to you a few things out of a couple of the applications that we got last year, so you could really just get a feel for what are these kids writing. I'm not going to tell you who they are. If you were to ask what Oxford means to me today, I would say it is so much more than just the home of my childhood. It is a close-knit community that looks like a family and a support system. It's the place where neighbors and friends look out for one another, take care of each other, and provide support in times of need. It is also the place where teachers and staff care deeply and friends and classmates support one another through tough times. I am proud to say that I grew up in the community of Oxford. I'm going to read this one. When I think of the Oxford community, one word comes to mind: family. The definition of a family is a unit of people that live together. Our community may not live under one roof, but there is no doubt that we are a unit. Whether it be parades, school events, or just being there for one another, the Oxford community proves how well-knit we are time and time again. Okay, one more. I don't know if I'm over my time. Our town is small, yet it is the home to so many amazing people with amazing opportunities in their future. This community and what we have endured has made me who I am today. I am more open to ideas, more sympathetic. No matter what we have gone through, Oxford will always be the place where I am meant to be. I am so grateful for this amazing community that I call my own. Through thick and thin, I know where there will always be people for me to lean on. We are hopeful, we are proud, we are strong, and we live life to the fullest. We are from Oxford. Yeah, well, did I tell you that? April 11th.
All right, thank you, Teresa. I just want to say if everybody could stay so we could get some pictures, especially people that received the plaques. And we have a mix and mingle next Tuesday, the 25th at the Oxford Tap. Everybody is welcome. And then we have a Coffee Connect at Brick Financial on April 1st day. So from 8 to 9 a.m. And I just want to thank everybody for coming out today, and thank Independence Village again for the beautiful breakfast and chef. And I just appreciate all of you being here. And thank you very much. Stay in network, please.